welcome to my channel. My name is ALISHA. I post a bunch of lifestyle, vlogs, day in the life content, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. But today I'm doing a full review of Tanceuticals, so I am going to be trying their self-tanning body mousse in 1 Hour Express and their self-tanning face lotion, the Color Correct, in shade light, because I do like my face a little lighter than my body. I have done a lot of tanning videos, and so I would say that I'm somewhat of an expert, so I'm going to give you guys my best tips and tricks and see how this color turns out. And I'm really excited, and I want to thank Tanceuticals for sponsoring this video, and I am just so excited to try this. I love being tan. I am very pale right now, and I'm just ready to be nice and glowy. All right, so first step, I'm gonna obviously change out of these clothes and change into the clothes that I always like to tan. Very glamorous, I know, but the first step to a really good tan is creating a good base for your tan. So in the shower, which I did already, you want to shower, shave, and exfoliate everything. And you just want everything to be super smooth, and then give it a little bit, make sure your body's cooled down before you put the self-tanner on, because that's just not a good mixture. And I actually invested in this exfoliating tanning mitt, which you just scrub all around in the shower, and it's just nice because it gets all those creases and just really exfoliates, because especially if you continually self-tan, you want to make sure your previous tan is completely off before you start a new one, because that just makes sure it's all even and looks good, and we want a good tan. All right, and next I'm actually going to go in with my lotion. So what I like to do is put lotion on areas that are super dry, so specifically my hands, elbows, shoulders, and armpits, because the self-tanner attracts to the dry skin a lot more, so you just want to make sure those areas are covered. So I kind of do my shoulders, armpits, then I do my knees, I do my feet a lot, and then I put a moisturizer on my full face and a little bit on my neck as well. All right, and real quick, another prep tip is to always throw your hair in a headband, especially if you're blonde, to get the baby hairs in the back and in the front, because your self-tanner absolutely does tint your hair too, and we don't want that, because it definitely turns more orange in your hair because it's not meant for your hair. Now for the fun part, we actually get to use the self-tanner. Like I said, I have the 1 Hour Express tanning mousse. I personally like mousses a little bit more than lotions, but they also have a bunch of different options in colors and shades and lotions and mousse and whatever you typically like to use. I think mousse is a little bit easier to just kind of blend in, but that's just my personal preference. And you can pick light, dark, medium, and so many of their options. So for use, it says apply product completely dry skin in a circular motion to the areas you want to tan. We suggest starting with your feet and working your way up. For drier, rougher areas like your elbows, knees, hands, and feet, use very sparingly, and then putting the lotion on will also help that. If you don't use a mitt or gloves, which I do not recommend, I've done that, and I'll show you the mitt that I love to use. And then it says let it dry for a little bit before you put your clothes on, and then after an hour you can shower it off. But to be honest, I'm probably gonna sleep with it overnight, because you typically can do that and the color just gets a little bit darker, and I just like the darker color. So we're gonna leave it on overnight, but I will show you guys an update of what it looks like after an hour, and we'll just see, but we're gonna get started. All right, so we're gonna start with the legs like it said, and I always shake it up a little bit to make sure it's all around, especially with the mousses. And I highly recommend using a tanning mitt. I have the Tanceuticals ones, but I've used gloves, I've used my hands. Nothing beats a mitt for a good tan, and they're rather inexpensive and very worth it and very easy to clean. So we're gonna see here. Usually takes a second. Oh, it's a very good color. Oh, and it smells really good. It has a lot of amazing products in it. It has acai berry, argan oil, and pomegranate extract. It really does smell good, and some self-tanners do not smell good at all, so I wouldn't lie to you guys. So I got about 2 pumps here, and I'm actually gonna switch, and we're gonna do the legs. All right, so what I personally like to do is I kind of pat it in different areas like this so I can mix in, and then I just kind of go in circular motions. I like that it has a bit of a color guard on it, because you can see where you've already put the self-tanner. Oh, it smells really good. It almost smells like coconutty, which I like. And then at the end, I kind of brush it down my feet and down my ankles, and then lightly over my toes on the top. And then again, lightly over my knees, because we don't want too much product there. got the rest of my body tan. I really didn't do my back all that much because I don't need to, but they have a great back applicator that you can use that I've used in the past, and it really does work, but sometimes I just ask a friend to do it and it's just easy that way, or if I really don't have to, I don't have to, and I don't need to use that product. But next it's time for the face. So like I said, I am using the Color and Correct Self-Tanning Face Lotion in Light. And this is recommended that you use it in circular motions and best left overnight before you shower. And this is the best invention ever. You're just gonna use this blending brush to get in all those creases, and then you can even use it on your hands and feet, or those areas that get super dry if you have a hard time with self-tanner on your hands. I would definitely recommend it. And then also I wanted to point out that the mitt had zero transfer onto my hand, because some other mitts, they do still have transfer that goes through the mitt, which is not great. So we're gonna put this on right now and see how it works. Ooh, it came out very fast, so I'm not really sure exactly how much I need, but I do like that this brush is angled. So I'm gonna dot this all around, try to get as close to the crease line and kind of pat it in to start, and then go in these circular motions. Like I said, I just like how close you can get to your under eyes, because I don't like having my under eyes really light. I'm gonna bring that all around. Probably gonna put a little bit more on. Again, this one smells really good as well, which I like. Because sometimes you put a self-tanner on and like, especially like the Express, you want to be tan really fast. Like maybe you had a last minute date, but it doesn't smell good, which is never fun. I kind of bring it into my ear a little bit too, just to ensure that it looks all blended out. All right, the face is done. That looks pretty dang good. I try not to do too much on like above my lip, like my mustache, because sometimes you grow hair there and it just gets so much darker there for some reason. I feel like I'm not the only one who feels that way, but it feels really good and moisturizing on my skin. But that is the self-tanner right now. I'm gonna come back in an hour and show you guys what a 1 hour looks like, and then I'll show you guys in the morning and then after a shower. All right, it's been just about an hour and you can see how bronzed and glowy this is, and it's just gonna develop even more overnight, but it's not sticky whatsoever. It feels completely dry now. And like I said, it doesn't have a bad smell whatsoever. It's actually kind of smells really nice. It almost like gives me coconut vibes with the acai and argan oil. So, and it just feels really, really moisturizing. But yeah, so this is 1 hour of the Express and then on my face, but this is supposed to develop for overnight. So I think it said like 8 to 9 hours. So we're gonna come back in the morning and see how it looks. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, and so this is what the tan looks like. Actually, the face didn't get too tan. I probably could have done a medium in the face, but my arms are very, very tan. I gotta clean up my hands a little bit, but using that exfoliator helps too if you do have a couple mess ups. I always pretty much end up having like 1 or 2, but they clean up really easy. So I'm going to rinse this off because this still has a bunch of the color guard on it to see the true color, but it's such a good natural tan. I really, really like the color, and it's completely dried and it just looks really, really natural. I'm really happy with it. So I'm excited to see what it looks like once I rinse it off. All right, and here is the after. It looks so, so good. It's a very, very natural tan, I will say that. Like I said, I wish I went with a medium in my face, but the arms look so good, and I even exfoliated my hands a little bit, and they look so natural. This is like the best tan on my hands that I've ever had, and on my feet. But it looks so, so good. I really, really like it. So if you guys want to try out any of these products from Tanceuticals, you can use code ALISHA H10 to get 10% off, and I just highly recommend any of their products, especially their exfoliating mitt and their Express Mousse. And I really do like the facial tan as well because it's meant for your face. So I like that aspect, and it's just, like I said, it's so natural on here, like my arms, everything, very, very natural. And it still is just so smooth. It's very moisturizing and hydrating. But again, thank you Tanceuticals for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye friends.